Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Vchain once again. Thank you for your support, really do appreciate it. So right now, Vchain is broken out of a falling wedge and you are in a technical target to the upside, okay? But on the way, you will have retracements and pullbacks to key level support for continuation within the technical target. And that's exactly where the pullback, 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 pullback. Like I said to you, it's not going to shoot off into space. And you have these pullbacks for continuation. You hold support, and this way you get a continuation of the trend which you are in. You're in an uptrend. You've created a buy and go to the beat signal from CoinsKid. You fell into its support right now. A little bit of extended in. Right now you could potentially looking at it as falling into its support. You're holding this key level of resistance. Now back tested and turned into support. Golden. Okay, if you do start to fall any deeper than this for Vchain right now, this level of support, if you do start to fall any deeper than that, put some cheeky bids on the 20 EMA on the daily, which currently sits at 0.10817273. Okay, roughly around that area. You can see you've had a little wick down just there, but you didn't quite get the 20 daily test, because I would like to see that. You know, in uptrends you do bounce off the 20, a confirmation statement that you are in the uptrend right there. So yeah, we got the correction, we needed it. It needs to cool down a bit. If we look at the daily RSI right there, yeah, that's was a little bit overbought. Like I said to you, you're a little bit overbought. You do need to see yourself come back a bit with that. If you can sort of come back just a little bit more here down to the medium level right there, this is where you could see that little wick off that 20 on the daily, okay, because there is more of a bit of a technical target for Bitcoin, to be honest with you, of a bit of a correction. I think until it gets to that point you could see like sort of relief and then down and relief and then down for your altcoins basically. So the stock RSI, you can see it's coming down, and like I said to you, it comes down in waveforms. When you get that waveform down here, fantastic opportunity. You get the curl and that's where you get the entry. Okay, again, not financial advice, and nothing I say is financial advice. So as long as we can come down and hold structural support, we're looking good. Like I said to you, one thing I don't want to see here for Vchain though is lose this low. Okay, if we come up and we start to correct even more and we lose that low, that for me is really negative, because that gives a high probability of losing this low, you know, and the fact that we are continuing and we're rolling here and potentially entering the bear market. And I will always remind you of that. Okay, so this is an absolute must that we hold this level of support right there, because I think if we do lose that, that's a precursor that you're going to come down and at least retest that and lose it. Potentially, I think that you'll lose it, to be honest with you. So yeah, I mean, it's looking good. It's doing everything it needs to. It's meeting all our targets, our technical targets. You fell back to a key level support. You're looking to break this high, because once you break this high for Vchain right here, you know, you're looking at a monster long, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice, but you're looking at a monster long of around about 63%. Okay, I've already given you a monster long when you broke out of this level of resistance just there. I said to you, you're going to come all the way back up at 259%, but it's going to work in stages. So you're going to come back up to that key level resistance. That was a beautiful 37% long there. That another key level of resistance, that was equally a 75% long, and this major key level of resistance, which is basically halfway to retracement, you know, roughly halfway, is 121% long up, and you're falling back to support and holding it like a boss. So it's looking good. But right now we'll take a look at the hourly time frame and see what we can see, if there's any patterns emerging, okay, and technical targets. So with Vchain on the hourly time frame, then there is a bit of a technical target here for Vchain. I don't know if you can see this, but you have got some kind of head and shoulders pattern on the go here that Vchain is potentially fallen out of. So you've got the left shoulder just there. Where am I? You need to move that. So you've got the left shoulder just here. Okay, you came up, made this high, created a level of support for yourself. Then you went up and made the head. Then you come back down, create a level of support, come back up. You know, and that's your head and shoulders right there. Left shoulders, head, right shoulder. It's depleting buying trend like that, and you're rolling over in the market basically. So you do have a technical target, because you've lost this key level of support just there for Vchain. So you are actually in a technical target from here down to the neckline, and this is where, you know, you are actually still in a technical target down here to 0.1072. So drop that in for you, because you could be looking at a continuation here. If you continue to hit your head, you could be looking at a further 10% downside here for Vchain, unless you can break out of this little pattern that you're forming here. This is potentially a lovely little W bottom. Okay, so at the minute you're in a technical target, and technical targets are technical targets, but you are in a larger time frame technical target of a retracement to the falling wedge to the high. Okay, but along the way it's going to be bumpy. You're going to retrace for continuation. That's how it all works. So yeah, you look like if you lose this support here primarily that you've created for yourself, if you do start to lose that, then you will be looking at that depreciation there of around about 0.10728255. Where is that on the daily? Is that the 20? Let's have a look. It'd be lovely if it is the 20 on the daily. Look at that. That's a daily 20 EMA. That's golden. So that is an absolute possibility, to be honest with you. Taking a look at the hour again, You know, these technical targets get met usually unless you invalidate the pattern. So like I said to you, the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away. It's a large reversal pattern just there. You're now in a technical target to come down. So if you can break back up into the pattern and do something like this and break this high, you're still in a technical target to the downside. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that offered a fantastic short opportunity. I don't think I looked on the hourly yesterday for Vchain, and currently that could be a 15% short op right there, and from that point there, losing support, you are currently 5.9% 8 in a short op just there. I will try and cover the hourly time frame a little bit more on Vchain. I don't know if I looked at it yesterday, to be honest with you, but yeah, you're on your way down. Now there is a level of resistance just there that you could see a nice little pump here for Vchain. This level of resistance is potentially some kind of W double bottom just there, and I am seeing that a lot at the moment. You come up with resistance, come back up. If you break this, okay, you could be looking at a lovely little rally and potentially bringing you back up into the pattern, I would imagine. Yeah, so you get some kind of throwback right there. So do anticipate that if you do start to see Vchain come up and break 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 7, 5, 6, 7, you're breaking out a key level of resistance, you're creating a beautiful double bottom pattern, and that in itself could offer a lovely little a long opportunity, around about 8.7%, and you would create that kind of little throwback right there. But you know, you are in a technical target, so unless you break resistance, you do have to adhere to that technical target. And at that point, I do think that this potentially down here could be your low in this correction, to be honest with you. And I think that you've come up in impulsively and correctively, and you're looking at continuation. Because I'll tell you right now, looking at the daily time frame, so yeah, you basically come up and you're retracing. So that's your impulsive corrective down there. So you could be looking just there at a new impulsive wave up to 17 cents if you come down this low, because obviously the deeper you fall, the greater you can go back up in an impulsive wave. Okay, if you just sort of have these little pullbacks, like you move slowly in waveforms, but if you start to retrace to a really key level of support, your impulsive move up is greater. I'll show you an example. So on a daily, you came back in, you retraced down here, so you had a beautiful little impulsive wave from there to there. And this is where you actually went up and met the resistance, consolidated and carried on. Do you see that? So yeah, that's what's in front of us. The deeper you retrace, the greater the pace of the impulsive wave to the upside. So yeah, if you do start to see the loss of support and it can't break that 1, 2, 3, 1, 7, 5, 6, 7, and you know, hitting its head, you are looking at a technical target of that, which is a beautiful kiss of a 20 EMA on the daily time frame. And I think that is your low in this bull market for Vchain. That little last test of support before you start to move up again, and then you start to come back, another retest of a 20 potentially, and then you start to move up in impulsive waves like you did here when you got the breakout at a previous correction where you sort of got overextended, come back to the EMAs, and you start to move up beautifully impulsively like that. We did have a little rollover in December, I remember that, so you know that could happen again. No one's got a crystal ball. We could actually come up, yay, and then we have one like big dump, because this is what the crypto markets does. From that high there down to there was a whopping 41% dump for Vchain, and this is what happens, you know, even there, look at that down to there, look at that. But this is what happens in a bull market, I'm afraid. That was a whopping 46% correction as well from that high. But to go up, you have to come down, and that's exactly what Vchain's doing right now. It's doing what it needs to do. It's coming down. If you hold structural support, you're looking fantastic for continuation here for Vchain, okay? Not financial advice. Take care, everyone. Back tomorrow, another update on Vchain. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. And thank you for your support. Bye-bye.